Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Hey Tad, where are you?
I'm outside of Pittsburgh.
That's
Um,
that's awesome.
I'm in Carnegie, Pennsylvania,
Carnegie, Pennsylvania. Okay.
which I assume is named for the steel magnate.
We have a Carnegie building here in Laverne as well.
Well, he spread his money around in a lot of ways, just not to his workers.
Yeah, we've got an old library. It's being used as
So,
basically as an art gallery right now, but um, yeah,
okay.
it originally was a Carnegie library. So, anyway,
So, want to get into it, or do you have any other like personal? So my school year ended,
yeah,
so
your school
uh,
year ended. Is that awesome?
my school year ended. I got in the car and drove to Pittsburgh.
I've got a couple more days after Memorial Day of teacher in service stuff, so I'm done on Wednesday. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So,
I thought we were done next week,
um,
but we're not. So I thought we were done. I thought we were done on Friday, but we're actually done this past Friday with students, and
right.
now I just have a couple in
That means
service
you
days.
might actually be, yeah, Jenny Wood is that Thursday, isn't she? There's something else going on. You might be able to join us for that.
I believe I
While we were
can.
looking at,
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, what time is she at?
yeah. I'm not going to mess with the computer that's running slow. We're going to look at the calendar on my phone.
Yeah, I'm looking at my phone right
Going to
now
be,
too. Jenny Wood is at 1 o'clock on Thursday.
yeah.
Cool, cool. All right, show. What's going on in the news of comic books lately?
A couple of things that have been announced that I don't know if they're going to be in this Diamond catalog or not, but the announcements came this week, so we'll find out if they get added in new to order.
Sure.
But the Tom King Archie one shot that he accidentally slipped up and mentioned that he was working on when he talked to us last
Yeah.
has been officially announced. It's
Look.
called The Decision. It's teasing the idea that he might actually choose between Betty and Veronica.
Oh, fun.
And it's he's doing it with veteran Archie artist Dan Parent. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Uh, and I just saw this morning. Um, Dark Horse has announced the return of Survival Street, the subtitle this time being The Radical Left, from James Asmus, Jim Festante, and Able Kusinov. Um, if you remember, this is essentially like Muppets as Antifa,
Mm-hmm.
if Antifa was actually a thing.
Well, according to the right, it definitely is.
Yeah, but somehow, even
It's
though Fox News would be all over any actual incidents,
mm-hmm.
they haven't.
I can't wait. Survival Street was awesome.
Yeah, Survival Street was amazing.
Yep.
Um, and speaking of the right, did you see that the defense rested in the New York election interference trial of our former president?
I did. Yeah.
And oh God, was it sloppy?
I agree.
I mean, first of all, he's been screaming up and down, "I'm going to take the stand. I tell the truth." He didn't take the stand.
Nope.
I think his lawyers might have tied him to the chair to make certain he didn't take the stand.
Probably. Gave him some.
But the one witness they,
I was gonna say gave him
go
some
ahead.
gave him some melatonin. That's why he was resting
Right,
his eyes
right,
so
right,
much.
right. When he woke up, he went, "So was I good? Oh yeah, you were great, Donald.
It was amazing.
Best testimony ever."
I knew I could do it.
Um, So, no, the one witness they did call, aside from the fact that, um, even if he'd been considered credible, he was like admitting to being a slimy lawyer that had tried to convince Michael Cohen to be his attorney even while working with Trump and Giuliani. Um, but but even that got blown up because the lawyer was like standoffish with the judge, witnesses telling the judge how to do their job doesn't generally go well. The judge actually wound up clearing the courtroom to admonish the witness and the Trump defense team.
That's hilarious.
That doesn't, like, juries trust judges. So yeah. Yeah. So closing arguments will be, I think, Tuesday. Um, and jury deliberations could start as early as Thursday.
Wow.
Um, I, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're not gonna take that long. I'm betting by the time we speak next week,
Hmm.
we will have convicted felon former president as the Republican nominee for president.
I hope so.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I hope so. I hope it's
So,
not a hung jury.
yeah, I
But
don't think it will be.
mm,
So let's talk some cool new books.
yeah, what's going on in comic books? Cruel Universe #1. Let me enlarge my screen here so I can go bigger. All right. Comp- I made my screen too big. I can't read it.
Can you read it?
Can I read it? All right. Compelled into oblivion, driven to entropy, all life in our cosmos can only end in one place: complete annihilation. For the first time in 70 years, the limitless fury of EC Comics rages back to life to shred the very fabric of the universe itself and wrench bizarre tales of time and space into our dimensional plane. Our guides across this double-sized 40-page introduction to a cosmic maelstrom of strange extraterrestrial entities, malevolent scientists, and terrifying technological catastrophes. Try and say that 5 times fast. Learn to fear the void with the radiated imaginations of Hugo Award nominee Carino Becco, uh, and rising star Chris Condon. Rising star, he's already a
Woohoo!
star. Chris Condon and Edgar Award winner Ben H. Winters as they collide with the wondrously destructive visions of artist Jonathan Case, Cano, and Artyom Toplin, and Caitlin Yarsky. The unpredictable return of EC Comics continues here with the Quantum Comics event of the millennium. Galaxies will collapse, space time will be distorted, and your very will to exist too shall be broken. Just remember, it's all in the name of science. Cool. I love EC Comics. I think this is going to be a really cool.
I am definitely excited.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing I'm excited for the return of is one of my favorite Wildstorm characters. Jenny Sparks is
Mm-hmm.
getting a 6 issue series from Tom King and Jeff Spokes. The Wildstorm begins. What could four strangers have to do with the fate of the world? Find out as Captain Atom goes rogue, threatening to destroy the planet he once swore to protect. Can any hero stop him? Uh, well, it may take the most unconventional of them all, Jenny Sparks, the one woman tasked with keeping all the heroes in line, no matter the cost. With a snap of her fingers, she's entered the fray and won't quit until the job is done. The spirit of the 21st century returns for the 21st. I'm sorry, the spirit of the 20th century returns for the 21st in this action-packed new miniseries again from Tom King and Jeff Spokes. I am very psyched for that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
love the artwork. Very cool. Very action packed cover where she's got like she's hanging out in front of the British flag, um, and there's lightning in the background, and it just
yeah,
looks
there are a
awesome.
bunch of cool covers for this one.
Oh yeah, 100%. A
Um,
lot of lightning in all the covers.
it's like, well, I mean, because that's like her superpower,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she can control.
love it. All right.
It just put the controls in the way of what I was doing.
Yeah, I do that all the
All
time.
right. Uh, Brian Azzarello and Stephanie Phillips are writing together for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
teaming up with artist Daniel Zazej and colorist Lee Lowridge to create a masterfully crafted flip book housing two enthralling narratives that collide in unexpected ways. In the future, a death penalty will be considered an act of kindness, as covert experiments have forced criminals with multiple life sentences to live all their time to full term. For the Casanova killer, that means living out the nearly 2,400 years of his 32 life sentences, mining on a distant prison planet alongside some of humanity's most heinous offenders. Years pass, decades turn to centuries. Abandoned, the prisoners are shocked to see a ship approaching, filled with thieves hoping that their next big score is on the planet's long dead mine. They have no idea that the prisoners are still alive. While the prisoners scheme to find a way off planet, the thieves plan the biggest score of their careers. Each issue of Life is a flip book housing one story from two different perspectives. A prison break and a heist both offer interlocking narratives, creating an immersive experience that will challenge your perceptions of justice while begging the immortal question, who really wants to live forever?
Looks
From
good.
Distillery,
Yeah, just
coming in August. Ah, it looks so good.
yeah.
I mean, it's similar to the one hand, six fingers concept where you're taking one story and telling it from both sides. Only this time it's in like the distillery prestige
Yeah.
flip book.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting. It'll be cool.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Stephen Phillips had three fantastic books come out this week too that somehow didn't make it into my amazing books. So I'll bring them up now. The latest issue of Grimm, the first issue of Spider Gwen, and the third issue of Hawkeye Black Widow were
Mm-hmm.
all fantastic. I may have read all three of them back to back this morning, waiting to record.
Oh. Oh, if you were up early, you should let me know. I'm usually up by like 6:30 at the latest.
Well, I had to figure out like coffee and stuff like
Sure.
that,
If you
and
ever find
remember,
yourself up and want to record,
I'm an hour in front of you right now.
that's
I
true.
was watching for you to jump into the 22 our show rundown.
Yeah,
And when you did is when I started trying to figure out the show stuff and as we went over already, my computer isn't being as nice to me as it sometimes is.
that's all right.
Here you go.
Lilith,
Otherwise, we would have started early.
Lilith from Corin Howell. Lilith's an immortal who has been banished from her home, a dimensional plane suspiciously similar to mankind's idea of hell. She's been posing as a model on Earth while secretly preying on humans. That is, until she runs into Penelope, a sweet bookstore owner with a tome that might hold the secret to returning Lilith to her dimension. If the mismatched pair doesn't end up falling in love first, watch out, boys. She'll chew you up. I was gonna say blow you up. She'll chew you
I
up.
want to say this is the first from Vault's new adult line, so it should be.
It should be pretty cool.
A little risque and cool.
Yeah, I love the cover. It's very,
And
yeah, it's very
so
evocative.
how about graphic novel?
Yeah, what's going on in graphic novels lately? Let's see.
Let's look at a couple of graphic novels here.
Dying Inside. Is this one mine? Dying Inside from Hannah Klein
Yep.
and Pete Wenz. From Hannah Klein, Fallout. Let's see here, and Fallout Boys Pete Wentz and Lisa Sturl comes the graphic novel about a chronically depressed girl who's tired of fighting for her death. Dying Inside is a musically immersive experience featuring original lyrics and poetry from Pete Wentz, an integrated playlist, and never before heard music from Daisy Grenade. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think
Grenade?
that's Daisy Grenade.
Grenade. Daisy Grenade. Today is Ash's big final, and by final she means existing the stage finale. Jeez, I am tearing terribly. And by finale, she means exiting the stage permanently. Ash is a 16-year-old girl with more angst than Ian Curtis and Elliott Smith combined, her two idols. She's apathetic and therefore believes death is the easiest route to relief. But nothing is more embarrassing than a lame death. Unfortunately, her meticulous plans are ruined when the beautiful knife she buys off a web store turns out to be charmed with a protection spell. Now Ash has to track down the witch who transformed her clocking out attempt into the worst gift imaginable, immortality. Turns out the witch responsible is another 16-year-old girl, named Get This, Liv. The two vow to undo the charm together and fight for Ash's death, even as things get increasingly entangled with a strange new antidepressant called Somnia and her mom's gross boyfriend, Greg. This looks really
Okay,
cool.
this has
Go ahead.
real potential.
Yeah, it looks really cool. The artwork looks awesome. Yeah, sorry about screwing up the reading there. I am just not on my A game.
Navigating with You, a charmed POC led WLW romance where two new friends hit the road in search of the missing volumes of their favorite manga. Nisha Sparks is a disabled vocal community activist with a passion for costume design. Gabby Graciana is an optimistic surfer and, like Nisha, a new kid at school. When the two girls discover that they like the same manga series, Navigator Nozomi, they become more than just fellow new kids. But it was more than just having read the same book series. Neither of them had finished it. Soon they become new friends on a mission to track down the remaining Navigator Nozomi books. This slice of life romance follows the two girls as they adventure across North Carolina to find each book with their story intercut with tales of Navigator Nozomi. Nisha and Gabby find more than just the books, though. They find acceptance, friendship, understanding, and love.
Nice.
From Jeremy Whitley and Cassio Ribeiro.
It's funny. I was going to ask you for your
From
help with some manga, uh, Tad. The library that I work at, we're looking to cover more manga at the library, and she would like a list of library books that would or manga books that would be good for library, like short run series that are fairly new. And I
I
thought,
was about to say it's not a short run series, but given that One Piece just ended and it's like amazing, like that would be a worthwhile thing to start
it is
grabbing and seeing if people pick up.
it is, except for housing the hundreds of volumes, is what's really tough. Do you
Yeah,
know?
no, I get it.
Yeah, so that's why she's looking for something a little bit shorter because when kids get one or two volumes in, they want the rest of it.
Right,
So
right. Yeah,
anyhow,
I'll have to think about that.
okay.
Or a Starhenge graphic novella. You know how excited I am for this.
Mm-hmm.
Following Liam Sharp's epic Starhenge, or charts the battle between the resurrected Queen and the horrifying AI of the cast in a galaxy spanning conflict where all sentient life is threatened. I can't wait.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
And Liam's up for Eisner for best artist this year too.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, did he do the cover there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Uh, well, and I mean, he's up for. I'm really frustrated that it keeps putting the stupid toolbar where I need to go, and I can't figure out how to move the toolbar. Every time I try to click on it to move it, it like turns off my audio instead.
I did notice that your audio went to so I didn't quite hear your last sentence, but that's okay.
Yeah,
So
just
audience out there, we apologize for the little
finally managed to
delays.
move yeah, finally managed to move the toolbar there. All righty. Couple of collections to talk about. I kickstarted this one. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Billy 99. Celebrate the genius and artistry of Tim Sale with one of his earliest published works, Billy 99. With his collaborations with Jeff Loeb on stories such as Spider-Man Blue, Batman The Long Halloween, and Superman for All Seasons, would elevate Tim to legendary status. Billy 99 revealed Tim's master storytelling talents. Billy 99 contains over 200 pages of breathtakingly, lovingly painted duo shade art with the hand lettering that would become Tim's official font. Sarah and Tim's book went on to be nominated for 3 Eisner Awards. Set in 1999, Billy 99 embodies a cautionary tale in which corporate greed and corrupt government affected an America very much like our own today. With that, they posed the question, what is power when everything has been taken away? And now Clover Press is proud to collect the complete miniseries in one deluxe hardcover, remastered in full color by award-winning colorist Jose Villarrubia. So yeah, this looks amazing.
It looks really cool. Um,
Very excited for this.
cool. It looks awesome. I love the cover. I wish I could see the interior art. And I've always loved Tim Sale with the Batman stuff when he talked about
Yeah.
the Long Halloween and its sequels. Those were great. And I'm trying to think. Uh, wasn't there some controversy over that with um, who did he write the book with? The Batman one.
But
The Batman
Jeff Loeb,
Jeff Loeb. Yeah, wasn't there some controversy over Jeff Loeb? I'm trying to think.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm
I don't
thinking.
remember any.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of
I
someone
mean, he
else.
went to the TV side for a while.
That's true. All right. Blasphemous from Mirka Andolfo. From international superstar Mirka Andolfo comes a new horror comedy graphic novel that only Andolfo can deliver, asking the question, how many fans is your soul worth? That's awesome. In a world where pop stars have ascended to divinity and the masses bow in veneration to a new generation of viral superstars, angels and demons thrive of this exaltation and revel in this spotlight that grants the unimaginable power. Celia, the reigning queen of pop, finds her throne shaken by a newcomer radiating with an enigmatic charm. As her fans waver and the public eye threatens to wander, Celia and her demonic agent, Father Lev, are thrust into a battle for dominance on this exhilarating stage of music and mysticism. How far will they go to defend her reign and unravel the mystery of this sensational new threat? Mixing the sacred and the profane, Harvey Award-winning Mirka Andolfo effortlessly merges the mythological urban fantasy of American gods with the sardonic wit of The Good Place in a brand new, dark series featuring stunning visual and narrative intensity set in the glittering world of pop music. The mass-market hardcover features the complete 3 issues. Nice. It looks awesome. I can't wait to read it. I'm definitely interested in it. I love the colors. And distillery
I've
books are
read the
cool.
first 2 issues. I love it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love Mercury and Dolphin.
Yeah. Awesome.
Such. So, some final order cutoff this week. We've got the Braba, a Brazilian comics anthology from Fantagraphics. Domain number one from Chip Zdarsky and Rachel Stott at Image. The Nancy Show, celebrating the art of Ernie Bushmiller by Peter Maresca and Brian Walker at Fantagraphics. This is the book to go along with the Nancy exhibit at the Billy Ireland that's going on this summer, and I think opened yesterday. Zatanna, Bring Down the House, number one from Mariko Tamaki and Javier Rodriguez. I got a flesh crowdfunding again, but while we're waiting for me to have the time to do that, we'll just say that you can still support the 2024 insert names Comics and Zine Fest from Ryan Carey and Emily Mayer on Kickstarter through 531. Free for All from Patrick Horvath on Zoop through 531, and Wild Guys number one, a mob-themed parody comic from Pat Shand and Ralph Tedesco through June 9th. So, Tyler, what did you love this month?
Well, there was a little book that came out from Distillery by a guy named Scott Snyder and Francesco Francavilla. White Boat number one was really good. I really enjoyed this. Did you read it?
It is like among the next on my stack.
Okay. It's really
I
good.
have it.
Definitely worth checking out. Yeah. And then Blue Book 1947, number 4 from James Tynion IV and Michael Avon Oeming from Dark Horse. This has just been continuing to just be awesome. I love this whole concept.
Well, and also had backup story.
Yeah, I didn't put the backup
Go ahead.
writer on there. But do you have it there? Because I don't actually know who it is.
Oh, I said well, I had a backup story from friend of the podcast, John Harris Dunning.
Oh, I didn't hear that. You're cut. You must have cut out. Yes, yes, there was.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, I was talking to Mike the other day about Blue Book 1947. It's Mike now. It's not Michael Avon Oeming. It's Mike now.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you're on the show twice, we call you by your first name.
Yeah. He was talking about the
Good
differences.
old Mike.
Good old Mike. He was talking about the differences of working on a book like this versus some of his more the book that we were just talking about. God, I can't think of the name of it. William of Newbury, where he did everything, right?
Right.
And then my third book was Blow Away number 2 from Zach Thompson and Nicola Izzo from Boom.
Which I'm literally in the middle of.
You are? Okay. Yeah, Tad, what were your 3 amazing new books?
Give me a second and either pause or fill because my top book this week just fucking blew me away. Wonder Woman number 9, Tom King, Dan Perry, and Belen Ortega. The main story was like about Diana and Steve Trevor's relationship and how the love makes her both vulnerable and stronger. And then the backup story, Damien and John get turned into corgis by magic, and Lizzie spends the whole story trying to convince them that they're who they are to try to get them to change back.
Oh, funny.
And it just has some absolutely just hilarious dialogue. Wonderful. Yeah, it's just I've been loving those Trinity backup stories. Yeah. And then in a week of great comics, my next two are both graphic novels.
Yes.
My Fairy Godfather this week from Robert Mailer Anderson and John Sack. I talked to Robert Mailer Anderson on Monday night. He's a great guy. We had a nice talk, and the book is phenomenal. The art's impressive too, and kind of has like reminded me of, have you read like The Acting Class or Sabrina by Nick Dernasso?
No, I have not.
It's got kind of that feel,
Okay.
along with kind of definitely a European comic vibe.
Okay.
Um, sometimes smaller panels with more on the page to really kind of pace scenes and make you linger.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a great coming of age relationship story. Um, and then the other one that I loved this week was a Hobtown Mystery Stories Volume One, The Missing Men, from Chris Burton and Alexander Forbes at Oni Press.
Love
Apparently,
Oni
this is a
Press stuff.
reprint of something from earlier that like was an indie type thing that managed to fly under my radar. I think in the 90s, early 2000s, but
Okay.
really cool teenage mystery type thing. Um, it's got the Hardy Boys Nancy Drew thing going, but with like more depth. Yeah, that's the way I'll put it.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, so I really dug that story.
Nice. And there was tons of great stuff that come out this week. Local Man number 10
Tons of
was pretty much my number 4.
right. Man's Best number three.
What else?
I,
Fair. Oh,
I already
Farrell.
mentioned the yeah, Farrell number three. I already mentioned the Stephanie Phillips trifecta.
Yep.
Yeah, good week in comics.
For sure. Holy Roller. I have yet to pick up, but I want to.
Yeah, it's queued up in my iPad too.
So,
Um,
what what are we talking about this week for our great responsibility?
we are talking about learning economics through comics.
Yeah. And we read 2 books. One of them is the Economix by Michael Goodwin and Dan Burr, and the other one was Economics in Wonderland from Robert Reich. Um,
Right.
Reich. Okay.
So I've read both of these books before, but I'm going to confess, only got through about two-thirds of each of them
Huh.
this week.
See, and I busted
Uh,
hard on trying to finish them because at first I was not interested. I have to be honest. I was like, when we first announced that this is the path that we were going down, I was really uninterested in the topic. You know what I mean? And then as I read them, it became more evident that this was written for somebody like me,
yep.
where I don't know a lot about economics, and I don't care a lot about economics, and then written in a way that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Um,
And makes you go, oh, wait, this stuff's really important.
right? You know what I mean? And so, for me personally, economics has always been and politics and a couple other major things have been one of those, and taxes, that's another one that just goes over my head, right? I just
Right.
can't wrap my head around certain things, and economics has been one of those things, and this book really went a long way to explaining it in a way that makes sense. I don't think I'm a dumb person. It's just one of those things that I just
Well,
don't get. You know what I mean?
and I mean, I'll go a step further. I think that there are a lot of people out there
Yeah,
that don't want you to get it.
I agree.
There's a reason why half the talking heads don't really explain the things they're saying. They just like want you to believe that they're true.
Mm-hmm.
And if you probe them, they'll get into, oh, well, it's very complicated, but it has to do with, um, and I'm not saying that there aren't massive complexities when it comes to economics or government or politics or how they work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the heart of them aren't things that most people can't understand.
Right.
So when people say, "Oh, well, I can't understand that," they're selling themselves short, and
I
that's why I
agree.
love books. Um, because for a democracy to work well, you need an informed electorate. You need an electorate that really understands what they're voting for and voting against. And economics are a really big deal, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and as you've probably seen, when you let the rich people be the experts in economics, that I mean, they're very good at making themselves richer, but that's not actually like consistently good for anybody else. In
Right.
fact, generally the opposite.
Exactly.
Um, and it's not that people haven't figured it out. We have examples from history. We have examples from the US
Hmm.
where we've managed to find that right balance to create the mixed economy, where government controls and has a finger on the things that matter to the people and aren't necessarily aligned with maximizing profit, right?
Hmm.
While allowing everything else to be free market. And that's how we had massive prosperity in the 50s and 60s that did trickle down to everybody. Um, and then we started up the war economy again, and then we started not putting the finger on things like making certain that wages were good. We started depowering unions. We started deregulating businesses, and profits went sky high, but wages stagnated. And then profits started to fall because, that thing that Keynes came up with years ago that should have been bloody obvious to everybody, which is workers are also consumers.
Right. Yep.
That's the question I always ask people when they're trying to convince me that the trickle down economics will work. Oh, you give them money to invest and they're going to invest in, like, why? They're not stupid. They're
Right.
going to invest, they invest money to make money.
Hmm.
So when somebody invests money, it's because they think that they can create a product that somebody will buy. If the people who aren't the investor class don't have the money to buy anything new, why would the investor class make anything new?
Exactly.
There's nobody to buy it.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
a, a dollar of welfare will cycle through the economy and become $3 or $4 pretty quickly.
Hmm.
A dollar in tax breaks for a rich person is like one more dollar that they'll save,
Yeah.
which doesn't help anybody, including them. You know, it certainly doesn't fuel the economy. So I like these books a lot. I think the Goodwin Burr part of it is that Goodwin was a smart guy that wasn't an economist. So,
Hmm.
when he did this, he went digging into economics, into history, and like he was both trying to teach himself and figure out, okay, how can I then teach other people like um,
Whereas
Robert
the
Reich is an economist. Well,
right,
go ahead.
and Robert Reich's book, Economics in Wonderland, a cartoon guide to political world gone mad and mean.
Right.
I just felt like was a little. I liked. Let's just say I liked the first book better. Um,
The first book is definitely more informative.
yeah.
Economics in Wonderland. Robert Reich he was Clinton's Secretary of Labor,
Correct.
so he is an economist.
Yep.
But he's also in politics. So his book was much more about trying to expose specific lies that are being told by people in power, mostly on the right.
Correct.
And he's not timid about it. Um, And I don't think, I mean, I would love to talk to Robert because I think, uh, I actually read Economics in Wonderland the first time before I'd read Economics. And I think that while he did enhance things with his cartoons, I think he didn't give himself enough over to let me show more than I tell,
Right.
right? It was like the prose was the heart of it, and the cartoons were to make it funny, and there are good things about that, but that's not how you make an incredibly powerful comic. What Goodwin did is he told, your bones and whatnot, and really illustrated how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Having the graphic difference between millions and billions, because so many people don't like
They can't picture that.
that. Yeah, they don't think of how massively different a billion is from a million.
Exactly.
You know, um, so yeah, no, I think that, and the way he also tied in history. So he didn't just deal with it which is another problem with a lot of what economics people do, is it's really hard. I mean, to figure things out, you have to do models and whatnot, but to create a model that actually considers all of the variables of the real world is impossible.
Right.
Um, and predicting the ways the real world will be rational and irrational is also nearly impossible. So there's value in the models when you assume that the model, let's say the model of the perfect market, which is the one that so much of really bad policy is based on. The idea that if government gets out of the way, the market will adjust itself to do what it should do. Yeah, no, because again, there are huge aspects of the market that best outcome and most profit aren't equally aligned, and the market assumes equal amounts of power. And are you okay? You look like you're fading on me.
No, I'm just looking at the timer of our thing. I'm good. Sorry. It's just
Okay.
no, I'm good.
Like, Tyler, are you having a stroke?
No, I was just reading the timer as you were talking, and I was reading the timer of our thing. Sorry.
Okay. You just had been moving around and suddenly you were like,
Just stopped. I just stopped. Funny. That's hilarious.
I know economics are so fascinating. I didn't mean to put you to sleep.
No,
But that's the other thing is there is a good enough pacing and humor to this book that I mean, as you pointed out, you're like, really, Ted, you're going to make me read an economics comic?
I was open enough that I was like, I didn't say that, but in the back of my head, I was like, I am not interested in this. I knew that I couldn't put it off because I knew it was a lot of pages, so I had to get started right away. Um,
Right.
so I started with economics, and pleasantly surprised. And then I went to Economics in Wonderland, and it felt like it was just back to boring again. I liked it. I liked
That's
his
fair.
attempt, and it was fun. Um, but I liked the
I mean,
first book
again,
better. I like
I
Economics
think
better.
I think if I had read Economics in Wonderland after Economics,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have wound up recommending it. But I'd read Economics in Wonderland first.
Got
So I
it.
had no idea like how much more you could do in the comics form. So I managed to forget some of the deficiencies of Economics in Wonderland
Yeah.
by the time I'd read Economics.
Yep.
And I love Robert Reich in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those reasons I'd love to like put economics in his hands and say, "You want to take another crack at
That would be
Do
so rude.
it.
That'd be funny.
Well, no, not another crack at like not rewriting the book, but you want to write another book,
Oh, got it. Got it.
because I mean, even he talked about in his foreword that, it wasn't until one of his son's friends, who was a documentary filmmaker, approached him about trying to do a documentary around one of his other books, that it occurred to him, oh, there are different types of learners. There are different ways to make an impact here.
Yep.
Maybe I should look at. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, Economics in Wonderland was a very much experimental book.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
I love it.
but
What I love though is that he's not a cartoonist by trade, and
no,
he just did it
he
anyway.
he literally was the Secretary of Labor.
Yep, exactly. So he just, and that's what I liked about it, is the simplicity of the artwork, but yet it's effective. I got through the
Mhm.
book, so I can't say that it was. And there's been a number of times where I've started a book and just couldn't finish it,
Right.
and this wasn't one of them. So I will say that about it. I'm glad we read them. I felt like it opened up my mind to other possibilities of, like you said, of learning about this
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, and again, I didn't even really like break it down until after I'd made the push for them last week.
Sure.
But like when I suggested that we do some nonfiction,
Yeah.
I gave you a list of books,
Yep.
and like only two of them were like biography type. And not only did you choose a biography, but you chose the entertainment biography. I'm like, of course you did, because that's what's going to appeal to Tyler most. But I'm trying to, through Tyler, through the show in general, trying to show the world that comics can be used for a lot of different things.
Exactly. And this is one of them. This is one of them. Teaching things that, in other ways, if I had learned this in an economics class, I would have literally just sat there like, I probably drooled a little
Yeah,
bit.
you almost certainly wouldn't have learned it as well,
Yeah.
because they would have been dealing with theory without applying it, or when they applied it, it would have been. I mean, I've been in some good economics classes, so I don't want to say it's never done well, but economics is really complicated and it has really simple aspects. So if you only treat it as complicated, you're making the bar for entry just too high,
Right.
you know. And it's too important to make the bar for entry any higher than you have to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. I
therefore,
mean,
it really,
why make it unattainable for people? I mean, I
right.
get why people do, why they want to complicate it, but we don't need to.
Oh, I mean, we have a complicated tax code for two reasons. First, to make it easier for people not to understand how little taxes the rich pay.
Uh-huh.
And second, to keep H&R Block and TurboTax in business.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So
That's
why
true.
don't we talk about some books that we hope and or know will be spectacular? What do you
When
think?
when I got to this portion of our outline yesterday, when I was filling in my picks, I didn't realize that your number one was coming out. So I was jealous that you got to it first because I love this book.
I mean, it's worthy of both of us having it on top.
That's true. What's your number one?
Dark Age number three, Mark Russell and Mike Allred. Oh my God, this series has been so good.
I like it. I like the way Mike draws Batman. It's a little bit weird, um, but I like it. Did you
I
freeze?
completely
Oh,
forgot. Oh,
oh nope. There you are.
I get to move one. I get to move one because I read it this morning.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Um, but then Grommets. the like 90s skater thing from Rick Remender and Brian Posehn, Brett Parson, and Moreno Dionisio
Yeah.
starts next week.
Yep.
Um, and Once Upon a Time at the End of the World from Jason Aaron and Nick Dragata ends next week.
Hmm.
So those are my three, but I also have three books that I know will be spectacular. Um, because I got a peek recently of Beyond Real #4 from Zach Kaplan and his cadre of artists. I think there are three different ones in this issue. Man, does it continue not to disappoint. I have been banging the drum loudly since I finally got my copy of My Favorite Things is Monsters Book 2, be on shelves next Wednesday. And you and I both got to experience and love and talk to Michael, Ava, and Oming about William of Newbury #1 out this Wednesday. Oh my God, it was a fantastic book.
I can't wait to read it. I have not read
So,
it. I have.
oh, you
I read the
didn't
intro.
read it when he sent
I
it to
read.
us.
I read the intro pages that he sent, or those. Do you know what I mean in that email?
Okay.
That's what I read. So I got a
Okay.
little bit
So
of.
you only
So so I got a
other
little bit of
book.
taste of it. I've been waiting on purpose because I really want to read it when it comes out.
I read all four issues.
Did you? No, I just read.
Yeah.
You know that email that he sent that had just the 4 pages or whatever of PDF.
Those are the four covers.
Yeah. Okay. Those are covers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then the other pages are for the other book.
Yeah. The other book was
And he
yeah.
and he gave a link to the PDF for the whole series.
Okay. So I didn't read the whole series.
Yeah, I read the whole series.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's
If you
awesome.
read issue 1 and you want to wait for issue 2, we have the whole series.
Good. I'll do it. I'll break into it today. Although,
I mean, you
um,
don't have to because we've already talked to Mike,
yeah, I
but
know.
I'm just tossing it out there.
Yeah. My books that I'm excited for are Death Ratioed, another Mark Russell book, along with Vladimir Kristik Lacey from AWA.
Yeah.
This looks,
Actually, you missed our talk with the Kill Your Darlings team.
yep,
So, uh, you know, Mark Russell's going back to Marvel
yep.
to do. He and Bob Quinn are doing X-Force.
Oh, that's awesome. Starts in June, I
Yeah.
think. It starts in, I knew it started coming because it's
Oh,
being
yeah.
all of the X-Men
Right.
titles are being relaunched.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That really made my day.
I'm gonna have to read an X book.
I know. Hey, at least it's X Force. That's a good one. I mean, that's the one that's been really killing it this run anyway.
Right.
And then the Six Fingers #4 from Dan Waters and Sumit Jamar from
Come
Image.
on,
What's that?
dude. You're just spelling things wrong all over the place.
Did I? Kumar. Oh.
You forgot a T and you did a J rather than a K. You were typing too fast, man.
And the Ultimate Spider-Man #5 from Jonathan Hickman and David Messina from Marvel. I have been loving
Yeah.
this Ultimate Spider-Man series. It is just like
I'm gonna have to go read it.
it is just like
Enough people have said so at this point.
there's just enough different about it to make it, an ultimate comic book, but yet there's enough familiarity in it that it's pretty awesome. So definitely read it. Go out and check it out.
So yeah, this week, Mark Pratt and I will talk about the adaptation of City of Glass tomorrow morning
Okay.
on our Pulp Blotter Club. We have Richard Hamilton on Tuesday, as well as the Milestone Book Club. Kelly Thompson is joining us on Wednesday, Jenny Wood on Thursday, and I'm taking Friday off because my daughter's free. So another heavy week of podcasts.
Yeah, it's going to be,
And then we have the next week with nothing on the schedule yet.
yeah. And next
But
Saturday,
we have Thursday and Friday.
next weekend, Ted, you're going to have a guest on this particular show because I am going to be completely unavailable for the weekend. It's my son's graduation.
All right.
Yeah, it's,
Thank you for reminding me. And I
yeah.
won't figure out what we're going to read. I'll talk to somebody else to figure out what I'm going to read with them.
Okay. Sounds good. Because, yeah, so listeners out there, you won't hear this golden voice next week, but I'll be back.
I'll do this thwip.
No thwips. Well, someone else can do the thwips.
Okay.
Anyway, we will catch you guys after the next page. See ya. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.